Welcome back, YouTube. My name is Nigel MrSchroeter, and today I want to give you guys my game plan for someone who is new to credit in 2023 with a Navy Federal Credit Union account who's interested in building their credit profile with Navy Federal Credit Union. So once again, if you're new to credit and you're interested in building your credit profile with Navy Federal, or if you're rebuilding your credit and you're interested in building your credit profile with Navy Federal, these would be my personal recommendations for you to utilize to start off your year. So this month, of course, is January. So the first thing that I'm going to recommend is if you're new and you have the ability to open an account with Navy Federal, that you go ahead and you start off with, of course, that first initial $5 deposit and open up a savings account. Reason being, of course, you can't have an account with Navy Federal without that. That's going to begin establishing your relationship with Navy Federal, and that's going to allow you access to now all these other products and begin building your relationship. That $5 goes a long way on your journey to freedom and on your journey to obtaining the credit cards and the financing that you'd like in the future. All right, this plan that I'm giving you guys for this year is not a crazy, off the wall plan that you can't accomplish or achieve. It is a very simple and basic structured plan. I've been using this for years with different people, and I've gotten crazy results repetitively, astronomical results. So first things first, of course, you want that savings account. Then I always say start one of the free easy checking accounts. Reason being, there's no ATM fees, and the account has no other fees, pretty much except for, of course, delinquency fees for overdrafts and things of that nature. But you can also put overdraft protection on the account to prevent some of those overdraft fees, or at least to mitigate them and make them smaller. So there are options for that, which is why I particularly recommend this account, especially if you're not a college student. If you're a college student, then of course you can go for the free student account. Now, next thing, the Easy Start certificate gets overlooked a lot, but I always recommend taking the $50 and putting it into the Easy Start certificate. Of course, this is a optional concept for myself. Navy Federal is a relationship bank. They have an internal scoring system. So why not have just one more account on top of your competitors when you're looking at bringing value to a bank, and when you're looking to get funding from that same bank or credit union, whatever financial institution you're dealing with. So for myself personally, when I'm dealing with financial institutions, I like to have as many accounts as possible, whether that be deposit or credit accounts when I'm applying. So I always say start that Easy Start certificate. It's only $50 more. It is an optional step, but it's something that I feel like gives you just a little bit more value. The next thing that I always recommend, once again, is to show the bank that you are, maturing in your finances and that you have financial goals, and setting out by actually opening up a retirement account. I typically recommend to go for a Roth IRA or a SEP IRA. Of course, if you are a business person or someone who is self-employed, you're going to be going for the SEP IRA. If you are someone who is currently working a job and you expect to be making more money in the future, which I hope is everyone, you will be going for a Roth IRA. So once again, optional step. You don't have to do it. It is free to do. So it's one of those why not do it. And I, recommend still funding that account and building it every single month. But now into the actual credit aspect of the video, which is what I'm sure you came to watch. So what do I recommend you open as far as credit in January? The first thing I recommend that you do is the secured loan hack. The basis of the hack is you're going to put up a deposit. It could be any amount over $250, so $250 or greater, greater than or equal to $250. So you can start with $250 if that's all you have, or you can start with $1,000 or $3,000 or however. You open the account up with those funds. They're going to transfer them to your savings account, and then they're going to hold them as a deposit until the loan is paid off. Now, in the case of Navy Federal, this is a particular credit union that is great about this. They release the funds as you pay the loan off. So when you get a secured loan, you give the bank $3,000. They turn around and lend it back to you. So they have your full collateral. Now, they charge you a small 2% interest rate every single month. But what you can do to avoid the majority of that interest rate, as well as to ensure that your loan gets paid on time every month, is pay back the majority of that loan. So say you pay back, you get a $3,000 loan, pay back $2,800 of it immediately. What Navy Federal will actually do is within 72 business hours, they will return those funds back to your savings account. So they're actually not holding them for the duration of the loan. They're just holding them until you pay. And once you pay, they take out the interest and they return the majority of those funds back to you, because they're only taking out that 2% interest rate. So you're going to pay them back $2,800. They're going to shoot you back, of course, $2,780 or something like that. A lump sum back of the majority of the money that you gave them, minus 2%. So once you do that, now you have established a installment credit line with the bank. Now, the next thing, of course, that I'm going to recommend is you open up a secured credit card. Now, this, once again, can be optional because you have the secured loan. So you could open up the secured loan and wait for a while and just apply for a regular credit card through Navy Federal. If you're going that route, you could do that and you could apply for the regular credit card in April. This would be for someone who's more tight for cash. If you're not necessarily tight for cash, you could open up the N Rewards card with $200. I don't recommend going higher than $200. Reason being, when the card unsecures, what I've noticed is if you put less than $200 on the card, it unsecures if you put $200 or less than $2,500 on the card, it unsecures to $2,500, which is going to in turn allow you to leverage that $200 10x. Now, on the other hand, if you put more than $2,500, what I'm noticing is they're just returning you your security deposit, and you're going to get whatever amount you put up for the card back. Now, that means that whole time your money is being held, you're holding a large amount of your money, as well as there's no real leverage to it once the card gets unsecured. They're just giving you your money back. So from a personal standpoint and looking at opportunity costs, I don't feel like it's worth it. I've had some clients that have said, I want to go ahead and put more on the card anyway. To each his own. That's your choice. I personally don't recommend it. Now that you've gotten your secured, your secured loan, your secured card, you set up your IRA or certificate if you chose to do that. You set up your savings account for sure, and you potentially also have a checking account. Now you have 6 accounts with Navy Federal just in the month of January. So you're establishing a strong relationship. Now you're going to wait 6 months because you want to see if that secured card unsecures. So now we're in July. So in July, you're going to go and, of course, you've made all your payments on time for your secured card. You did the secured loan hack, so all of those payments were on time. You kept all of your other accounts on the up and ups and positive, depositing a little bit of money here and there as you could into each account. Now we're in July. It's time to go for the flagship. The reason why I recommend going for the flagship is it's a Visa signature card. Being that it's a Visa signature card, the flagship has a minimum limit of $5,000. So I always tell people to apply for the flagship, because the one good thing about it is when applying for the flagship, you know that you're going to have a minimum limit of $5,000. A lot of the times I have people who say, oh, well, I want high limit cards, but they're not applying for the appropriate cards to get the high limits. So why not go out and apply for the card that you know that you want, which is the high limit, if that's what you're going for. Now, if you don't want the annual fee, then my next best card for you would be, of course, the More Rewards, or you could go with the Go Rewards, being that the Platinum card is only offering the 0% interest, which in this case, if you're new to credit, is not going to be a large benefit to you. And the Cash Rewards card is what the secured card unsecures to. So it wouldn't make sense to essentially go and open up two of the same card. Now, you've gotten approved for that flagship. Now we're rolling around. We're going to take a few more months. You could also apply for a credit limit increase at that time if you wanted to as well, for your secured card right after you got approved for your second card. But now we're 3 months ahead. We're in October. So now in October, I'm going to recommend you apply for a credit limit increase for both cards. Now that's going to get you the potential to raise your credit limit up and now have access to more funding. And last but not least, in December, we're going to close the year out by applying for our third card, and that will potentially also be another opportunity for you to apply for a credit limit increase for one of your cards. Now you're going to be at January 2024. You're going into January 2024 with at least $7,500 in funding with no security deposits or anything, and you've gotten 3 revolving trade lines and an installment trade line with 0 missed payments, 100% payment history, low utilization. You're ready to rock and roll. So as always, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for being a part of the family. I hope that this video was of benefit to you, and I hope that you guys take this advice if you're someone who is banking with Navy Federal, so that you can build and grow your financial portfolio. As always, thank you guys. Don't forget to like this video on the way out, and most importantly, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, and share this video out with someone who you know will benefit from it.